Hello everybody. Now today we're going to be stripping down and looking at the heater and fan mechanism out of the VW T25. This is the one out of my van. It doesn't work at all. I've checked it and there's power going to it. It would seem to me that around the outside of it, to take it apart, we've got two Phillips screws here. Around the circumference there are some retaining clips. So we're going to remove those first and have a look and see what's going on inside. Well, there we are, the clips and screws are out. I have given it a little bit of leverage here and there just to make sure gently, but it seems to be coming apart now, so just gently lift. There we are, that's that part there, which leaves us with the electrical components inside. Here's the motor. Now I can feel by touching that that is C-solid. Also, over here, as it goes up to this resistor, this is the resistor that alters the speed, as I understand it, by altering the amount of voltage going in. A full 12 volts less and a minimum amount of voltage will cut the speed down to that as well. I'll just give you a clip of that in a minute, because that, the inside jacket here, is all burnt. And even if it does read okay, I'm not going to take the chance of putting that back in. We'll buy a new one, buy a new motor. We'll pull those out now and we'll show you what we're coming up with them with a tester across them. Bit easier to see it there now. It's round the other way. While these bolts, these screws are out, this just lifts out. A little bit tight where it's been there all those years, but it's freed off now nicely. Here is the resistor, held in by a cage, and I don't know how clear that comes out, but that's a lot of burning on the plastic. This is held in via a metal cage, so it should lever out. I'm not particularly worried about damaging it because I'm absolutely not going to be putting it back in. So there's the resistor and the motor out in one shot. You can just put a meter or a resistance meter over it and it will give you some sort of reading. I'm not even going to bother with this because it's totally shot. We've already got a couple of new ones come through the post, so let's have a look and see if we can get them back in. The other thing we're going to do is check this heater matrix. So with no further ado, let's go and get the new boxes. Well, there you are, there's the new stuff. Now I bought a new motor and a new resistor as well. These resistors are all available on the internet very readily, easily. I've made particular effort to make sure that I've got the right size one for mine, and I've also bought one with the wiring harness. I think that's quite important. There's no point in going half measures at this stage. They've cleverly made the motor so that, I don't know if you can see there, you've got the two contacts. This connector here, male, is the positive, and this connector here, female, is the negative earth, which is brown on that. So you can't get it wrong, or you shouldn't get it wrong. And the three stages are on there are the 3 positives for different powers and different speeds. I don't know if you can see that there, but on the harness they've given 2 yellow wires, whereas opposed onto this one you've got a yellow with a black trace and a yellow. So before we put that in, we're just going to carefully follow that wire diagram, get those into that connector there, so we've got no problems with it. Well, that's it, it's gone in easily enough. I will say it's a little bit fiddly getting these wires in and out of the back of this unit here. It's worth having a little bit of patience with that and making sure that they clip right in and following the sequence for the wires, which is easy enough. We're going to put it back together now, but not before we've had a good look at the heater matrix. I've been through the service history for this van, and I found that fairly recently, probably why it came apart easy enough, it's had a new heater matrix. Any sign of leakage or problems from these, it's worth replacing them. You don't want to go through all this trouble again, firstly, and secondly, really important thing, demisting the windscreen while you're driving, and I'm sure we all know how dangerous it is driving around with one that's not demisted. So this is really, really good. We're going to place this back in, and then we'll put it together, and then after that we'll give it a bit of a test. Right, so we've rigged up an inline fuse, and if your wiring's the same as mine, you've got a red and black for the positive and a brown for the negative, connected to the fuse. Lovely. Speed 1, speed 2, speed 3. Fabulous. No problem with that at all. The only issue that I do have, my one, is this butterfly mechanism, which has fallen out of the rear. It's held in by a number of clips, which I only seem to have one. I'm either going to have to make those or buy them. They have got a part number on them. Apart from that, clips are ready, and it's ready to go back in.